So I like these packages of vintage postcards, and then because I don't have time to make stuff for everybody, but I like to put my touch on these. I usually use a brush that is anywhere from 5 zeros to 10 zeros. This one is a Princeton 5 zeros round. I have glasses that are magnifying everything because I couldn't see otherwise. And for this, I'm going to add just a little bit of iridescent white to the snow. So frequently when I'm doing this, I will put a flashlight on there so I can tell where the iridescence went. In this case, and I don't know if I can get it to show up on the camera. It's just showing it really light. Let's see here. Yeah, oh, you can kind of see the three-dimensionality of it. The paint that I'm using in this moment is Golden Iridescent Pearl Fine. It's fantastic. Everything iridescent is fantastic, really. I have my water thing on this, so I can just tap off the excess. And then I'm going to add some more iridescence. Do have some snow up here. Yeah, I really can't get it to show up good. I guess that's all right. I mean, show up good for the camera. It's kind of like coloring with a brush. Leave a little texture in there because it's snow. And I put on, oh, this is a little bit too, there we go. Weight that down a little bit. I can kind of get it to show up. Let's see here. Oh, so this is what I do is I paint a little bit on top of the bottle, and then I put the name so that it's really easy for me to quickly see what it looks like. And JAC means Jacquard. This is Lumiere by Jacquard. Not sure if I'm saying their name right. Here's another one. So let's see if I can make this show up for you. There we go. You can see. It just adds a nice little touch to the card. Sort of a surprise. Doesn't have to be perfect. This paint, if you paint it thin, it will show more of the color underneath. And the thicker it is, the less color it shows. Here I'm not concerned either way. Doesn't matter if the color shows through or not, really. So every place where I've got snow, I am going to add the iridescent white. A couple little spots here. This print is a little bit blurry, but not too bad. Depending on, you have to check when you go and look for these, whether it's a stock photo site or wherever you are. Make sure that it is a good resolution so that the printout looks good. Sometimes I get too much paint on there, and so I wipe it off so the brush is clean and I don't have a big blob anymore. I keep going and I look at what's going on with the light to see what I've covered, moving it around. I keep a little bit of paint in that little jar, so I can close it up and save it for later. And sometimes so I'm in a hurry and I just open up the tube and I paint right from the tube, but that makes it dry up faster. So I try to have one of these. Okay. Not sure what's going on. It looks like the print did something weird, or the person making the print kind of cut off the branch, so I'll just complete it. This is done, so I'm going to put a little thing here so I don't have to hold it. Okay. I am creating this on New Year's Eve. In about a half a day, it's going to be 2024. I hope that you have a fantastic year, that you experience fulfillment, peace, joy, prosperity, magnificence, and general all-around awesomeness. Hope you have a lot of fun and you laugh and you know how amazing you are. These people are amazing. You're amazing. life is amazing. Really are a lot of fantastic things in the world. Fantastic things to discover. Fantastic things to learn and play with. I especially like this little bird. This bird is really cute. Just little tiny details here. I'm going from the right to the left as much as I can so that I don't get my hand in here. This would be the opposite if you were right-handed. This keeps me from rubbing the heel of my hand into the wet paint by going right to left. So I've got the snow. What I would like to do is I'm going to add a little bit of a blue to the bird. I usually shake this up. It's been shaken already. This is Lumiere by Jacquard Hi-Lite Blue. So it is a color that will end up being transparent mostly, but you'll see a little bit of a sheen of blue when you turn it in the light. There we go. And just give him a little bit of some blue. I printed this on a thick paper. Probably if you had a very thin paper that you printed it on, it would end up curling a lot. You can see that it's curling a little bit now, but it's not noticeable. I don't think it's too curly. And then I'm going to put just a tiny bit of sunset gold. Maybe not, because that's not open. I don't want to open it right now. So we'll do a little bit of bronze. How about? Oh, that's not open either. So I'm going to do some gold, just a touch of gold on his face. And then I'm going to, here, let me see if I can get this to show so you can see. I realized if I can turn it, see, so you can see the shimmer here. You have that nice shimmer happening. And then I am going to get alright, so this right here, I'll close up my paint. This here is a bottle of glue. It's about 50%, maybe. It depends on how thick you want the final one to be. It's probably 50% Elmer's glue. Sometimes I would use Mod Podge or tacky glue. Just, it's kind of similar. I don't want to say it's exactly the same. And then on the tip I have this metal tip. I'm gonna squeeze it over here to open it up. All right, then I am going to go in here, move her down a little bit. And I know in this case that this is mostly dry because I had to take a break. So now I know that the silver's dry. I'm gonna put some glue. I'm going to be putting glitter on here. So I'm not covering the silver completely. I'm just kind of putting some bits of glue where I think it should be. This can be very loose. Some of this over here is still going to be wet, but it's okay. I'm not concerned. And do some sparkly stuff on top of the snow. So some of what I painted will be covered, of course, but this glitter is not like a solid glitter. So if anything, what will happen is the iridescence will show through, and it'll make the glitter look a little bit better. This is a trick I learned in the course of my adventures, creative adventures, is when you have iridescence under glitter, it usually enhances it, especially if it's a similar color. So add a couple of spots, like there's a bit of snow falling, a couple spots here and here. So then I'm going to get a piece of paper. I'm gonna get a piece of paper and put this on top so I don't get glitter everywhere, because even though I do love glitter, I don't want it completely covering my house. So I've learned my lesson in trying to clean up glitter. So before I lose the wetness in the glue, or while the glue is wet, I'm gonna put this glitter on. And this glitter I actually can't find anymore. And this is kind of multicolor, super magical glitter that I use sparingly. So I'm gonna put this here, and then this will dry. Or in most cases I would let it dry for a while, but now I'm not going to do that. I'll just put it on and then I'll tap it off onto the paper, just so I can show you without having to stop and restart the video. I'm continuing to use the light so I can see where the glue was, because it's easier. It's just plain easier to see the places I put it. Okay. So probably the best case scenario would be to let this sit for a few hours or an hour. In this case, I'm just gonna very lightly tap it so that I'm not getting glue on me and then tapping it in the wrong place. And then I will tap it off. So let's see here. Now you can see the, there we go. You can see the shiny and the glitter. Fun and festive. Happy New Year. Party on, rock and roll.